Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Patek Philippe Nautilus, reference 5711 1A-011. You can see the stainless steel Patek Philippe Nautilus and buy it on our website, watchyouwant.com. And if you enjoyed these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You can also click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch, with additional high-resolution images, accessories included, and naturally complete pricing details. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, this 2012 to present variant of the seminal Patek Philippe Nautilus is a perfect fit for a broad range of wrists. First of all, at 16 centimeters, I'm nowhere near the lower limit for wearing this watch securely and with a sense of proportion, but because it does have the integrated bracelet, lug, and case design that Gerald Genta first penned in 1976, physically it looks larger on the wrist. Its wrist impression, the visual impact, is simply larger than its nominal 40 millimeters across the round of the case. You'll also notice that because of the wing design, it's really more of a cushion profile than a round case. So again, that's one more factor in its favor that promotes the sense of a larger, more full-bodied timepiece. Now you also notice that it's remarkably slim. Though broad, it is a thin timepiece. 8.5 millimeters thick with a generously sloped case flank and bezel. This is an easy watch to wear with a tight sleeve, a very tight dress cuff. Really, anything that a dress watch would clear, this will clear. And from lug to lug, it's reasonably compact, 44.5 millimeters, but if you do include the outermost rigid outcropping of the bracelet, it tends to flare at the center link on both sides. It's a little bit larger, 49 millimeters from extremity to extremity. Now the heft is impressive, but just as impressive as the heft is the silken feel of this bracelet. Part of Patek Philippe's historic claim to fame with the Nautilus model is that every aspect of it, inside as well as outside, is finished to the highest standard and by hand. Now you can see that the taper of this bracelet is incredibly subtle. I can tell you that I can see it with my eyes, but running my finger over the taper of the links, I don't feel the individual step downs. The tolerances are that tight, the finish is that smooth. You can see that the finish is used to good effect. You can see the glowing beam of polished bevels along the flanks, as well as the satin finish of the sides, the top, and of course the center line fully polished. The contrast is exquisite, and all this again without resort to gem setting or two-tone. Now the clasp is ergonomically excellent in as much as it's a twin swing arm, double deployant, so it doesn't have that one big up and over pinch that can sometimes hold your wrist hostage, and because it has a clamshell cover with the Calatrava cross blazon, once closed and clamshell secured, it is very well fixed securely on the wrist. Now the nice thing about the watch is that exceptionally versatile, it's also exceptionally legible. This particular variant, the -011, features blackened gold indices and blackened hands at center. For pure legibility, functionality, as a utilitarian timepiece, this is actually the Nautilus that tells time best, because the silver striated dial base allows these blackened gold indices to simply explode in any light, and because they are completely loomed, you can also view this sports watch in low or no light, but in the brightest and most direct light possible, this is a watch you can read at an easy glance. Now Patek Philippe does include many refinements across this dial, in my opinion the most notable being the colored step of the date window. Now you can't see it perhaps to great effect from that angle, but you can from this one. Now you can see the striations of the dial and the texture and the depth of this Patek Philippe dial, but it is the step of the aperture, that is, there is one intermediate level between the flat of the dial and the date disc itself, and Patek Philippe colors that step to match the blackened indices. The level of attention to detail is simply exquisite, as are all of the individual lacquered beads painted as minute hashes in between the hour indices. Now you'll see on the case back, this is Patek Philippe's tried and true 213 part 29 jewel caliber 324. Now in this case it is one of the most contemporary. Specification and finish both are current standards. You see this example having been, as I mentioned, this model being introduced in 2012, all have borne the Patek Philippe seal rather than the Geneva hallmark on the movement. It incorporates the historic free-sprung gyro-max balance beating away at 4 Hz or 28,800 vibrations per hour, but it's the hairspring that sets this one apart, being Patek Philippe's proprietary Silinvar material is effectively silicon. The Spiromax hairspring is completely amagnetic. Now there's more materials innovation at the winding rotor, a unidirectional winding system, very efficient. That efficiency is compounded by ceramic rotor bearings. Unlubricated, they're highly efficient and long wearing. They don't have the tendency of gumming up as their lubricants gradually turn to tar, and they're sealed for life, so you never have to worry about a bearing replacement when the watch goes in for service. With an average of 45 hours of power reserve, this is one that you can wear every day with set it and forget it reliability. And of course, the Patek Philippe seal means that everything is Geneva hallmark and then some. The hallmark traditionally applying to the movement, the Patek Philippe seal applying to the movement, the case, the bracelet, and the dial. This watch is the complete package because it is also 120 meters water resistant. When you screw the crown out, you can wind the watch, set the watch, and use the quick set function for the date. But screwed down, it is a true sports watch that you can use for shallow diving, snorkeling, and water sports. You can see this versatile, handsome, and incredibly legible variant of the Patek Philippe Nautilus and buy it on our website, watchyouwant.com.